What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another show. So we finally got the trailer for the live-action Masters of the Universe movie, and they're dropping the He-Man from the title, and they're just going with the original name of the toy line. So the trailer opens up with a narration from Prince Adam talking about how tigers, spaceships, and magic swords are legends on Earth, but where he comes from, that type of stuff is real. So it's a pretty good fish out of water story here. That's what we're getting, with a major mythology change. Adam was sent to Earth as a baby by his mother, Queen Marlena, to keep him safe from Skeletor. But I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit suspicious. Between the CGI looking a little bit off and the massive list of writers, I'm wondering if this is going to be a masterpiece or a total mess. But let's break it all down. But before we do that, like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you like this kind of content. Now let's begin. So in this version, Adam is raised on Earth as Adam Glenn, and he actually works for a toy company, which is clearly a version of Mattel, and he thinks that his memories of Eterna are just ideas for a toy line. Now, one of the first things that's going to set the internet on fire is a shot of Adam in a miserable office setting with a name tag that says he, him. Now look, I think that this is 100% rage bait. They knew exactly what they were doing, putting that in the trailer. It could be a play on his name, He-Man, he, him, could be. Yeah, I can definitely see that going, especially with him being in a corporate culture kind of deal. I see what they're going for, but I don't know how it's going to turn out. He looks pretty miserable. So it's likely that this movie is actually making fun of corporate HR stuff, but putting that front and center in the trailer, it's a pretty damn clear choice. They're definitely chasing after that Barbie vibe. And I get it. That kind of worked out well for the movie Barbie, but I don't know how this is going to turn out for this movie in particular by taking a toy brand and turn it into sharp satire. But I guess we'll go ahead and see. Now, eventually, Teela, played by Camila Mendes, shows up on Earth to bring Adam home. She flies him back to Eterna in a ship that looks just like Starship Eternia from the 90s cartoon. A nice deep cut Easter egg. Now, as I mentioned, they're trying to do this Barbie thing where in the movie Barbie, I don't know if you guys remember, Barbie ended up going to the real world, but in this movie, the real world is going into like the He-Man universe. You guys kind of see the similarities there, but I guess we'll just have to see how this works out. But we have to talk about one of the biggest elephants in the room, and one thing that's pretty much setting X on fire right now, and this has to do with the race swap. So Man at Arms, this entire situation, he's being played by Idris Elba. Idris Elba is playing Duncan, and yeah, he's race swapped. I've always said it on the channel, you should just stick to the source material. It's a little bit lazy because the Masters of the Universe world already has established black characters that they could have used. So why change the existing ones? Hollywood kind of has a history of doing that, and as I've said, we've talked about this on the channel 1,000 times. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't like when people are race swapped. Just stick to the material. But with that being said, Idris Elba is a powerhouse, so if anybody can win over a skeptical fan base through pure talent, it's gonna be him. So he's joined by Brie as Evil Lynn and Jared Leto, who's in full Skeletor mode. No Keldor backstory here, he's already the skull-faced villain that we know, and I have to admit, it looks pretty damn good. I like this trailer overall. I don't think it's bad. There's a couple of things that made me a little bit suspicious, made me think that maybe some things were filmed or made by AI, or maybe the CGI was off. I don't know, but the Skeletor, Jared Leto Skeletor, looks pretty damn good. So another one of the big red flags for me that isn't just the name tag, it's how many writers we have. There are tons of writers listed for the screenplay and for the story. Usually when you see a list that long, it's a sign of development hell. It means that the script has been rewritten, poked at by so many different people that the original version might have been lost, Why are there so many cooks in the kitchen? I don't know. It makes me worry that the tone is gonna be all over the place. Maybe they might even throw in some James Gunn comedy, right? I don't think that's a good look for this movie, but you can kind of see from watching the trailer that there's gonna be a ton of those little kind of comedic James Gunn funny moments in there, but we'll just have to see. They're trying to balance 80s nostalgia, this Thor Ragnarok style comedy, this Guardians of the Galaxy style type comedy, and high fantasy action all at once. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but let's wait and see. So once they get to Eternia, it looks like a love letter to the toys. We see shots of Castle Grayskull and its hall of statues. We get glimpses of Roboto, voiced by Kristen Wiig, Trapjaw, Beastman, and even Fisto in the background. The trailer ends with Adam finally calling down to the power in the bowels of Grayskull and taking on Skeletor in what looks like Snake Mountain. It's clear that they want to launch the franchise here. They want to try to bring this back. They want to try to start something new with this. Maybe even setting up a She-Ra or a Hordak for a sequel. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but overall, I think the trailer is decent. It's not the worst thing that we've seen for the start of the year. And as I mentioned before, Jared Leto's Skeletor looks pretty cool. I want to see this. I want this to be a blast. But with the AI looking visuals and all the writing room issues, I'm gonna stay a little bit skeptical. But what do you guys think? Is the name tag a funny meta joke, or is it something annoying? And are you willing to look past the source material changes for Idris Elba? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.